Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Quant Network, aka QNT. And with that in mind, let's dive on in and let's start off with a few posts from Learn OVL. So the first one is we need standards. Now this one's interesting. So we do see the current blockchain approaches won't work. Another blockchain on top of another blockchain, another consensus protocol on top of an existing consensus protocol, proprietary or single network technology, all participants won't connect to the one blockchain. Single use case networks and protocols. Restricted connectivity approaches, restricted scaling approaches, and speed, sidechains, virtual chains, sharding, limitations, and forcing mass user and enterprise changes. We need standards. And again, as we really kind of look at the world of crypto, if we're going to try to solve fragmentation, why the hell is this market so fragmented? Like, we should be changing the game, not following the same structure as the game. So as we really kind of look at what Overledger is doing, specifically, really kind of unlocking a whole new world, it's very interesting. Overledger defeats fragmentation. It allows for interoperability, connectivity, and everything that we want out of technology to be embraced. That's why we are seeing a fundamental change right now around the whole world of finance. Beyond that, it's not just finance though, right? It's the Internet of Things. It's pretty much every single major industry, every single major sector. I mean, healthcare has been a big talking subject around Quant for a while because it is a market that is extremely fragmented. Healthcare is one of the most fragmented industries out there, and it really could use a whole new facelift to it. And, that's where really Quant comes into place, because they're not just trying to, disrupt finance. They're disrupting everything as well. Because guess what? At the end of the day, blockchain, DLT, whatever blockchain and DLT is doing, it can be done through Overledger. Meaning, guess what? You want to utilize the XRP ledger? Go ahead, you can through Overledger. You want to utilize Hedera through Overledger? You can. Like, that's the game here that is really kind of being created through Overledger. And that's very exciting. Again, the best way to look at Quant is that Overledger is the world's first blockchain operating system. Meaning, guess what? You have your operating system at home on your computer, and on your computer you have all these apps. Every single app could be looked at as DLT. So you have Overledger, the operating system, and then within the operating system you have Hedera, you have XRP, you have XLM, you have this, you have that, right? And that's like what gets me very excited about Quant. Because if this is the operating system of the world, well, guess what? That can't be cheap. But we also see that not only interconnects blockchains, but also existing networks to blockchain and facilitates the creation of internet scale multi-chain application, otherwise known as maps. And this gives us a full breakdown of what Overledger really is. Again, at the end of the day, Quant is something special. It really is, because this is something that I personally look at as a 100% crucial piece of my portfolio. I need QNT in my portfolio, because if I believe in the future of crypto, if I believe that the future is crypto, then Quant will be very successful. Because this is the foundational layer of this entire space. And also it's connecting this entire space to the layer that we already know outside, which is the traditional world. That's where existing networks comes into place. But beyond this, we know that it's been talked about as the operating system. Here we have from Learn OVL yet again, Overledger solves enterprises' challenges, enabling the mass adoption of blockchain, validated by Nexi, SIA, BIS, Bank of England, Bank of Canada, MasterCard, Amazon, Oracle, UST, SDX, and many more. And down here we do see with Overledger, you can start using blockchain with just 3 lines of code. Again, simplifying the adoption layer of it as well. Have choice, flexibility, and not be locked in. Avoid buying additional infrastructure. Comply to security and regulation. Use existing technical skills and resources. Start in less than 8 minutes. And this is what I mean. Like, you could have your entire business model onboarded into blockchain It literally 3 lines of code and 8 minutes. That's a fundamental change. Now, again, the trend behind crypto is starting. When it gets far too big to ignore, which crypto is already there, what I mean is the adoption aspect of it. When every single major bank is already tapped in, every other smaller bank, medium-sized company, business, you name it, they're all going to tap in. Mass adoption starts with a small leak, right? And that small leak, all of a sudden, becomes a flood. And that's what we're kind of seeing right now. We're starting to see the small leak. And the small leak is actually very large players like BlackRock, the DTCC, Swift, you name it. When that small leak becomes a flood, every single major player that everyone knows about, blue chips, you name it, they're all going to be tapped in. And that's what gets me very excited about it, because this truly is the mass adoption layer that needs to be there in order for mass adoption to be achieved. And that's why I say, like, if you hold XRP, if you hold XLM, if you hold any crypto token in this space and you believe in its future, you need to be tapped in with QNT as well. You need to be doing a lot of research regarding quant. Also, we know that going all the way back to October 30th of 2021, so we're talking about roughly 2 years ago, there's a great Medium post by Eric, and it was posted, and it said Quant Network, the operating system for the new financial system. That was the title for this. Now, during that time, again, Quant was new for most people. Now, Quant's not that new for a lot of the people that have been around for a while. But during that time, I was also calling Quant the operating system of the new financial system because of the efficiencies behind it. But when we actually look at what's happening now around the financial world, what it seems as though Quant is becoming a pillar, the foundation, if you will. Within this, it talked about CBDCs. We do see central and commercial banks across the world have significantly increased CBDC and digital asset initiatives. And here we have the map. Again, as we really kind of look at this today, we know that it's far, far larger than just these players. We do see central bank digital currencies when, not if. And it says that central banks from countries that represent over 90% of the global GDP are reported to be exploring CBDCs. Today, we actually know that over 93% of all central banks in the world are tapped in with CBDCs. Again, like, I understand the concern behind CBDCs. I get it. But at the end of the day, we know CBDCs are on their way. And it's almost every single major central bank. And we even see the G7 agreement on digital currencies. Again, they even position themselves regarding CBDCs. And we also see from the BIS CBDCs an opportunity for the new monetary system. And again, we see the demands on retail payments are changing as well, with fewer cash transactions and a shift towards digital payments. Again, this was because of COVID. And again, we do see central banks being talked about around the world that are working to safeguard public trust in money and payments during this period of upheaval. To shape the payment system of the future, they're fully engaged in the development of retail and wholesale CBDCs. And then, of course, PayPal. PayPal just recently talked about stablecoins. Again, all of this fragmentation regarding payments and transactions and new currencies and this currency and that currency, like all of this is also a great use case for XRP to be bridged in terms of currencies being bridged. Quant is bridging networks. So not to get confused with Quant being a bridge and XRP being a bridge. Completely two different, use cases and two different completely things being bridged. But also, we do see more discussions around CBDCs. We also see down here, central bank digital currency and the future. Visa publishes a new research article. Again, all of these players are talking about interoperability, the need for interoperability. Everything needs to be connected. And mainly what needs to be connected is the networks. Networks need to be connected. And again, you probably know this image. This is an older image, but here you guys have the Overledger operating system at the center point, connecting it all, being the foundation for it. And this is where we start to see everything around us being connected. We're talking about Internet of Things APIs. We also talk about banking APIs, enterprise blockchains, payment APIs, everything connected. And again, with CBDCs, I actually think that over the next 12 months, so this whole next year, we are going to see this trend grow even stronger. we just seen Christine Lagarde, which is the president of the ECB. I'm not going to play the video because I played it in a recent video. She talked about how the digital euro is now in progress, and it's most likely going to start really kind of being designed and developed and probably launched over the course of the next couple months. She said specifically next month, a digital euro, well, it's on its way. And we also see the euro is key to our European unity. A digital euro existing alongside cash would future-proof our currency. It would be safe, easy to use, and free of charge. While the decision whether to issue a digital euro will be taken later, we're now launching the preparation phase. And again, this is launching now. It's very interesting. But again, whether your concern around CBDCs is this, that, whatever, they're on their way. And also Quant, really kind of giving us some breadcrumbs here. President of the ECB, Christine Lagarde, we envisage a digital euro as a digital form of cash that can be used for all digital payments, free of charge, and that meets the highest privacy standards. It would coexist alongside physical cash, which will always be available, leaving no one behind. Congratulations to the Governing Council of the European Central Bank, which announced yesterday it was progressing the digital euro to a 2-year preparation phase starting November 1st. And of course, they do drop a link to this. Quant collaborates with the BIS and the Bank of England on Project Rosalind. Mind you, right, as we see the change happening, all of this is connected. Meaning, I've seen a lot of people ask me, is Quant a part of this with the digital euro? Like, what's going on here? I think that Quant's a part of all of this. Because again, as you see all of these central banks starting their CBDC rollout or their preparation plans, like here's 2023. Look at all of the players here that started their 2023 initiatives regarding a CBDC. All of this needs to be connected and interlinked. And guess what? It's all centered out on DLT and blockchain as well through API connectivity. This is where things get interesting because now, like, this infrastructure is 100% crucial. And with the BIS, the central bank of central banks, we know the ECB is a part of the BIS. Well, guess what? Quant is playing a vital role. We know this from their initiatives back in June. Now we see the ECB saying, hey, the digital euro is on its way. CBDCs are growing rapidly in trend. 93% of central banks are already, planning around them. The new system is here. The new financial system is rising. I know that it might not seem like it for most people, but guess what? If you have been paying attention, if you have been reading the documents, if you have been doing the research, then you know for a fact that this is the truth. The new financial system is rising. And in my opinion, with what we know, with all of the information that we have in front of us, everything that we have read, Quant seems as though it is the operating system for the new financial system. Over the next couple months, things are going to get very, very interesting around the world of finance. Beyond that, it's also going to get very interesting around blockchain and DLT. I believe next month, a lot of things change as well. We know the ECB has plans on November 1st. We also know that SWIFT has plans on November 19th or the 20th. The DTCC is also included in there. I mean, a lot of things change next month around finance and around DLT and blockchain. And I'm very excited for this. Beyond that, with CBDCs, they are a big, when, not if. They're already happening. It's becoming a reality. The best thing that you can do is see the trend, see what they are tapping into, see what technology is crucial for this, and at least have a piece of that in your portfolio. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, so notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.